every other day I will see a new YouTuber and they'll have a TCG player up and they'll be like, oh, this BBL Ari sold. Oh, this Timo sold. Oh, this is a good buy. Oh, these people don't know anything. They're approaching Riftbound like it is Pokemon. It is not Pokemon. It is much more like One Piece. Why don't they have any of the World bundles? Why don't they have any of the Irelia bundles? Why don't they have any of the Arcane bundles? Because they just got into it now. And there's nothing wrong with getting into it now. But most of the money that you could have made in Riftbound was made at the start. It's not even late. It's still very, very early on Riftbound's life. It's only been, 8 months now? And these people telling you, hey, don't buy this, only buy Origins, avoid this, avoid that. I'm telling you right now, if you are buying sealed boxes, it doesn't even matter which one you're buying. If you can get any under MSRP, which you can, I would grab that and I would hold that. I would grab that and I would hold that and I would learn to be patient. And if you're not patient, buy promos instead. Wait for the new Ivan bundle. Buy that. Buy a bunch of that. This whole thing of you buying a box and expecting it to ×2 in a few months, ×5 in a few months, it is not like that just yet. But it will be. It will be. Riot is pushing for this. Riot wants this to be a collectible card game so bad. They have promos left, right, and center. They have country exclusive promos. They have event exclusive promos. Why are they doing this? Why are they flooding the market with promos? Because they know they've accommodated the foundation, the player base. And now they need to accommodate the next layer above, the collectors. And once the collectors are fully established, then you get the investors, then you get the rip and shippers, then you get all the other little parts of the community. But the foundation, the players, they've been established. People who have been playing, we already know who the best players are. You know, we know about Prismaticism, I butchered that name. We know about Alan. We know about all of these guys. We know who the fans like. We know who the good players are. It's been established. We know the deck styles. We know the play styles. We know the key cards. We know the staples. It's like here. It exists. The core is here and they're building on it now. And Origins has the most amount of basics. Staples. It has the most amount of staples. And that means Origin will continuously get reprinted. In one way or another, they need Origins in players' hands. Look what they did with the Flash promos. They know unless they accommodate their players, this collectible ecosystem can't even exist. It's not even worth thinking about. So right now, when everyone's telling you, oh, whenever they do the next Origins reprint, buy a bunch. That's not wrong. That is not wrong. If you want Origins, buy Origins and hold Origins. But if you want the good stuff, if you want the stuff that's gonna age like fine wine, you need to go after these promos. You need to go after the Project Ks. You need to go after the signatures, the signed over number showcase cards. You need to go for those. You need to go for the rare cards that people are sleeping on right now. Yeah, put your money in boxes. It's the easiest way to make money. All you have to do is be patient. And if you can't be patient, this isn't for you. Go somewhere else. This isn't for you. But I'm telling you, do not hyperfixate on Origins. Do not hyperfixate on Spirit Forged. There is an appeal to every single set. Origins, yes, it has Ari signature, Timo signature. It has the base cast. People are acting like, oh, Set is such an iconic character. He's not iconic. He's not iconic in League of Legends, bro. He's like relatively, not new, but he came out quite a few years ago and he's the top laner. He is not iconic in the same league as Ari and Timo. They are two completely different categories. He is not in the same category as Jinx. You know, these are iconic cards. So I get Origins. Spirit Forge, cool. They got the whole Spirit Blossom skin line there with custom art. That's a key part, by the way. It's not reuse splash art, it's custom art. This is going to have an appeal. The fans of these cards are going to be like, you cannot get this art anywhere other than the overnumbered or the sign overnumbered. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go and chase that. Spirit Forge is good. It's a no-brainer. There's a lot of good cards there. Beautiful cards that Irelia are stunning. All the overnumbered leader cards, they're all good. I think they're all stunning. I think they're all great buys if you can find them. But I would still wait. If you've got patience, I would still wait. Because I think we're going to get more Spirit Forge. And once we get more Spirit Forge, what will happen? Prices will drop. You don't ever buy when the graph is doing this. You buy when the graph is doing this. Or before the graph even exists. You don't wait for the graph to go up and then you buy. That's how you become a Timmy. When you buy up here. I just feel like a lot of people saw what Rudy was doing. And they bought some sealed boxes of Prismatic Evolution and they're like, I know how to handle this. This is easy peasy. This is, oh, I know exactly what No, we know things go up if you wait long enough. That is the principle. If you wait long enough, things go up. We know this. But what people don't know is this is a different animal. This is not Pokemon. You have to approach this like One Piece, like I've said before. There is this bubbling right now. There's this bubbling. And with the first few months, with the first few sets, we weren't actually sure what was going to happen with Riftbound. I've been a player since the beginning. We weren't sure what's going to happen. We're like, yeah, this is really fun, but the rules are dodgy. There's like 20 million erratas. It's a bit, it hasn't stabilized. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think it's completely thoroughly stabilized. There's still a lot of issues with timing, and there's still errata in cards that are coming out in the current sets. And even now, purple is still a bit too strong. But, this is player talk and this isn't collector talk. But I can tell the player base isn't completely established, but the foundations are there. The foundation's there. If Riftbound ended today, people would still collect it because it's got custom art, it's got cool stuff behind it, it's got lore behind it, it's got history behind it, and we're seeing the foundations of that right now. Them releasing those serialized cards is like a blaring alarm. Please come and collect Riftbound. So if this isn't financial advice, but if I wanted to collect stuff in Riftbound, I would go after cool promos and exclusive items because they are severely undervalued right now. I don't even care if it's a Poro promo card from the first Nexus Nights. I don't care if it's a Garen promo. I would go after the promos, especially because with the older promos, they didn't even have stamps. They didn't even have the promo thing around it. They had that little circle around it. When this is established, when this is like thoroughly established 5 years from now, 3 years from now, when people are like, this is an established card game, people are going to be like, oh my God, why is your promo like that? That's what the original promos will look like. The way the card looks doesn't actually matter that much. Why do you think the Project K cards are so like lucrative and desired right now? Everyone wants to feel like they were there from the beginning. Everyone wants to feel like, oh, I always loved this. I was always here. That's why we have this whole epidemic of people being like, you're a LARPer, you're not a real fan. But once you have something that was here from the beginning, once you have this second level of knowledge, people are like, oh my God, this guy really knows his stuff. Of course this guy has taste. Why else would he buy Project K PSA 10 cards? I don't want to talk about PSA right now, but I'm just rambling. I just think there's this whole epidemic of people coming on here saying, yo, just buy a ton of sealed boxes and forget about it, and this is the best play ever. Is it a bad play? Of course not. It's a good play if you don't care. If you don't care about Riftbound and you just want to make money and you want to put your money on this instead of like stocks or something more sensible, you do you. I think that's ludicrous. I think that's actually ludicrous to put money into something you don't understand. But if you want to do that, if that's you, go and do it. But if you are a fan of League of Legends, if you're a fan of Riftbound, the money should not be put into those exclusively. The money should be put into things that you can look at and be like, this is cool. And if I think it's cool because I understand League of Legends and Riftbound, down the line, when more League fans come into this franchise, once normies and other people who don't even play TFT, Wild Rift, Riftbound, League of Legends, any of the games, when normies come into it and they just collect and they just want to rip for fun, they're going to be like, oh my God, this is such a cool card. I'm telling you, the promos are where it's at, not these sealed boxes. Yes, if you can pick both, hallelujah. But if you have to pick between promos and sealed boxes, I'm telling you, promos are where it's at. Look at One Piece right now. I got those One Piece Film Red things, with Uta and Shanks and all the Straw Hats. I bought those for 25 quid each. They're 200 right now, and I only got 3. Imagine I bought 100 of them. Imagine I bought as many of them as I could. I couldn't see the future, and to be fair, I didn't actually think One Piece was going to go this trajectory. But I collected cards and I enjoyed it. I was like, this is fun. If this ever blows up like Pokemon, this would be so cool. And I made that mistake once. And luckily, I still have a ton of cool sealed stuff. But I made that mistake once, and I'm not going to make it again. And I implore you to do the same. I implore you to look at Riftbound, to look at what everyone else is buying, and go the other way. Go the other direction. You think Unleashed is undervalued at 550 for a case? If you've got the money, why are you not buying it? The poros are connected in there. You think those poros are like 250 each. You think people won't want a whole set of those poros? Do you think they won't want that? It's also got the Baron card. The first time they did those mega ultra chasers, even though I think it was kind of a weak card personally, but that doesn't matter because people will be like, this is the first time they ever did this. This is worth something. So think to yourself and think about how you're utilizing your money, because your money should work for you. Your money is a resource. Money is fugazi. Like we see it more than ever nowadays, how it's so tangible and how it's so easy manipulated. You need to make it work for you and put it into collectibles that you think are cool. And you will only understand what's cool if you develop taste. And the best way to develop taste is to engage with the franchise. So I'm telling you, if you're a League of Legends fan, if you're a TFT fan, if you're a Wild Rift fan, if you're an Arcane fan, if you're a fan of any League of Legends IP, use that knowledge, use that taste you've developed, and look at these cards and be like, You're telling me this Altar Lucian is only £1? And there's only, wait, you get one Altar every 12 packs on average. And a pack right now is £5 for any set, basically. But you can get an Altar for this Lucian for like a few pounds? That's like a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. And there's tons of stuff like this. There's tons of stuff like this, and you'll have to be patient, and maybe you'll have to grade it, and maybe you'll have to be smart with your money. But it's so much, in my opinion, better than putting your money in random sealed and hoping it does the best. Of course they'll go up. I'm not saying sealed won't go up. Sealed will go up, but it is the most obvious play, and everyone is doing it. If you have the capital, sure, do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, promos and these exclusive items, these are going to be the chases. These are going to be the grails down the line. These are going to be the things that people look at and be like, oh my God, you have this Irelia? Damn. It only came out in Chinese and they never released it in English and you got it? That's so cool. And you didn't even grade it, or you did grade it? There's such a finite number of these. The same is going to happen with the Ivan boxes. I think they're going to print them much more than the Irelias. But it's a limited item as far as I'm aware. And once those are gone, and once those are hard to get, you know, they're always going to print Origins as long as it's in rotation. They've said it themselves. They're always going to accommodate the player base. And Origins is the best set for players because it has so many staples. Dazzling Aurora, Bait Hook, Thousand-Tailed Watcher, Stack Deck, Charm. Like every deck you see anyone play, like 50% of it is Origins. So I think putting your money in Origins is not the smartest thing to do. Will it work? Of course. I really believe it will work, but I don't think it's the smartest thing to do. But yeah, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I just think promos are where it's at. And a lot of these people are coming and telling you, oh, you should buy these boxes and just hold on to them. Yeah, you're going to be holding them for a while. If you've got the patience, if you've got the capital, do whatever you want. But if you want to be smart with your money, put it into promos.